Alright, let's go for a ride. Well, something cut out. I lost all my power. All I did was 2 donuts over there. Alright, I was gonna go for a test ride on this, but something's not right with the electrical. Obviously, it just totally cut out. I've got no display or anything, so I'm gonna go through and check the fuses. Like there's no power at the key switch. Which makes me think probably need to go through and check the connections on it too, make sure all the electrical connections are plugged in properly. Alright, well, I've replaced the fuse in the ignition slot, and every time I turn the key on, it blows a fuse. I've blown 3 fuses. What in the world? Something's got to be shorting out on this somewhere. Turn the key on, just snap. Well, I guess the only thing left to do is push it into the pond. Alright, I was test riding this, but it died on me, so I checked the fuses. It was blowing every single fuse that I would put in. When I would turn the ignition on, it would just blow the fuse. So something's got to be shorting out somewhere. I don't know how many times I've had this apart, pulling the seat plastics out of here just to get some access. So I'm going to just start checking plugs around here again, going through the whole thing once more from top to bottom. I might need to plug this plug back in. I don't think it's super necessary to actually run, but I'll go ahead and plug it back in. Then I just started fixing up random things, make it a little more tidy. Tidied up these wires here, moved this wire bracket up to the top so that holds this a little bit better. Then I also need to move this ground wire here, so I'm going to attach that on the engine case right there so we get good ground. Then I continued checking plugs all around. Even though this plug doesn't affect the engine or anything, and these light plugs don't affect the engine or ignition or anything like that, I went ahead and checked them anyway. They all seem to be pretty good. This Prowler had a light bar connected and the wiring was running under the dash to the light switch. So I think there might be something under there that may be shorting this out. So that's the next thing to check that might solve this electrical problem. To remove the dash, you'll have to remove the steering wheel. If you're just getting under the dash, you don't have to fully remove it, so you don't need to remove the steering wheel. You can just loosen it up and you have enough room to get under there, but maybe it's my ADHD or my OCD, but I just want to pull it off and clean up around underneath it anyways. Pretty easy to do. One nut in the steering wheel, that pops off. 2 more screws and your dash is free. After you unplug the display and the other wiring harness underneath there, you can slide the dash off. So it's pretty simple. Just go around, unscrew it all, and it should slide right off. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this light bar wiring. There's a whole bunch of just random wires in here, so I don't know what they're doing. They're probably just bouncing around, shorting out with my driving. So I'm going to get rid of all that and find some other solution for that light bar. I'm guessing they got power for the light bar from down under here in the dash and then ran it up to the light switch, because when you switched it to high beam it would turn on the light bar. So I'm gonna redo that, and all those wires are probably bouncing around, shorting out anyways, and not a good thing if you drive like me. So get rid of those, and I'll have to pick up a new harness for the light bar to connect in an accessory plug somewhere, and then plug in the light bar with a proper plug. Alright, I picked up the wiring harness. This one has a rocker switch and an inline fuse, so override protection there. So I should be able to just hook that up to the battery and we should be good, right? Hopefully the wire is long enough to reach the LED light. I'm going to try running it up underneath the footwell. To get the wiring up under the dash, I'm pulling the front storage box because I just need a little bit more room to slip my wire through, and I kind of want to clean under that as well. So I'm going to pull the storage box, and that just has a couple screws on the front and a couple on the top where the dash mounts to. With that out of the way, I can run my wire right up the frame rail to underneath the dash, and then I'll be able to slip my rocker switch up in with all the rest of them up here in the dash. So that goes together really nice and easy. Huh? Yeah, I ripped all those old wires out. I actually found out that the wires aren't long enough to connect running all the way up to the dash, so I'm gonna have to move my switch down to the center console. These are just extra.
I thought I'd get you copy.
I'm just gonna have a bunch of wires down here, so it's just cable management, routing all these wires, and zip tying them up so they're all nice and tidy. Go down here and then should bunch it there. Now we'll go a little bit longer. Honkin' zip tie from some other random thing. Alright, now I think I've got my wiring figured out. I'm going to stick the storage box back in, and, well, actually I need to tidy up some wires around there too. But we're going to stick the storage box back in and get our dash back together. Pulled out everything from that we don't need under there. Gotta do all your work in that little space. Right. The old light bar wiring, I'm just going to splice right into that with my new harness, so we're good there. That's all looking like it's going to work out. It has crimped wire ends, and those are pretty easy to install. Don't have to solder or anything. I'd probably prefer soldering, but this is fine for this light bar. Alright, just screw the dash back on. Don't forget those screws underneath the dash. Alright, we got the dash back together. We're going to stick that back on. Don't forget to plug in your display and your wiring harness up there.
Yeah, wires. Out.
Man, I don't know how many times I've had these plastics on and off. Removing the seats out of here, pulling the seat panels and engine cover just to get down in here, but whatever, it is what it is. Alright, I'm going to stick this all back together, but the light bar works now, so that is all good, and that is massively bright. I think I forgot something somewhere. It should just start. Alright, I replaced the fuse for the fuel, so we should be getting the fuel pump running now. The ignition is working now, so that is good. I'm still not getting the RPMs to show up on the display, so see if I can figure that out, but I'll catch you guys in the next video. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you there.